A black FBI agent was stopped at gunpoint by police. They ordered him to the ground until he showed his badge. What happened next shocked the crowd and exposed the truth about racial profiling. Watch this powerful story that shows why respect and dignity should never depend on a badge. Darius Hall left his apartment before sunrise. He had been an FBI agent for 9 years. His job was high stress, but he loved the work. That morning, he wore plain clothes. He was heading to meet a confidential source who refused to be seen near the FBI field office. Darius always respected the fear of sources. Without them, intelligence dried up. He carried his badge in his wallet. His firearm was holstered at his hip under his jacket. He looked like any man walking to his car before work. The city was quiet. Early commuters were few. A couple of joggers passed him. He unlocked his black sedan and slipped into the driver's seat. His mind was already on the conversation he would have with his source. He drove through downtown streets. The sun had not risen fully. Streetlights glowed against the gray sky. He took a side street to avoid traffic. That was when he noticed the police cruiser behind him. The lights flashed. Darius sighed. He pulled over. He had done nothing wrong. He checked his speedometer. He was driving under the limit. His registration was valid. His plates were clean. The officer approached fast. Too fast. The man's hand was already on his weapon. Step out of the car. Now. Darius froze. His training told him this was no normal stop. He raised both hands where they were visible. Officer, Shut up. Step out. Slowly. The voice was sharp. Aggressive. The officer's eyes locked on him like he was prey. Darius's heartbeat quickened. He had lived through years of training, but no amount of training erased the sting of being profiled. He stepped out, hands raised. The officer aimed his gun directly at his chest. Get on the ground. The words were barked with force. Darius glanced around. Another cruiser pulled up. A second officer stepped out, weapon drawn. Now 2 guns were on him. Get on the ground. Face down. Darius did not move. His instincts as a black man told him to obey. His instincts as a federal agent told him to take control. But one wrong move could end his life. Why am I being stopped? Darius asked, steady but firm. Shut your mouth. Hands where I can see them. A crowd began to form. A woman recorded on her phone. Someone whispered. Why are they aiming at him? He did nothing. The first officer grew more agitated. His face flushed. His grip on the gun tightened. Last warning. Get on the ground. Darius exhaled slowly. He reached for his wallet with exaggerated, slow movements. The crowd gasped. Gun! One officer shouted. Both tensed. Stop! Darius shouted back, holding the wallet high in the air. This is my badge. He opened it wide so the gold FBI credentials glinted in the early light. The silence was instant. Both officers froze. Their guns did not lower, but their eyes widened. The woman filming gasped. He's FBI? The second officer hesitated, then slowly lowered his weapon. The first officer, the aggressive one, still held his gun aimed at Darius. His jaw clenched. His pride battled with the reality of what he had just done. You're FBI? He muttered. Yes, Darius said. His voice was steady now. Special Agent Darius Hall. Badge number 31762. You just aimed loaded weapons at a federal agent on his way to work. Now explain yourself. The crowd grew louder. Let him go, someone shouted. He didn't do anything. The first officer's face drained of color. He holstered his gun but spoke defensively. We got a report of a stolen vehicle matching this description. That is a lie. Darius shot back. Run the plates. The car is registered to me. You profile me because I'm a black man driving a nice car at 6 a.m. Tell the truth. The silence was crushing. The second officer avoided eye contact. The first officer muttered into his radio. Minutes passed before dispatch confirmed what Darius already knew. No report matched his car. No crime linked to his plates. The crowd was still filming. Dozens of phones pointed at the officers. Darius stepped forward. You pulled a gun on the wrong man. I could file federal charges right now. Do you understand the risk you created? If I had reacted the way any scared person would, I would be dead, and the world would see another headline about a black man killed for nothing. The second officer spoke quietly. We made a mistake. No, Darius replied. You made a choice. You chose aggression. You chose to treat me as a criminal before checking facts. That choice nearly cost lives. The first officer opened his mouth, then shut it. He holstered his weapon and stared at the ground. Darius showed his badge again to the crowd. For everyone here, let this be clear. Not every black man you see is a suspect. Some of us serve this country. Some of us enforce the law at the highest level. But none of us deserve to be treated like animals. The crowd erupted in support. Applause. Shouts of agreement. The woman filming said loudly, "It's all on camera." The officers retreated. Their cruiser pulled away, silent, shame heavy in the air. Darius stood still for a moment. His hands shook, not from fear, but from anger. He had been seconds from being killed by men who swore to protect life. His badge had saved him. But he knew countless others never got the chance to show theirs. He drove to meet his source, though his mind burned. That day's meeting became a blur. His thoughts returned again and again to the stop. That night, he filed a report. He attached witness statements, crowd footage, and his own testimony. The department launched an investigation. The first officer faced suspension. Community leaders demanded reforms. The story spread online. The video went viral. Headlines read, FBI agent profiled at gunpoint. Darius gave one interview. His words were clear. Every black man deserves the same respect I got only after I showed my badge. Our humanity should be enough. Our existence should not be a threat. Respect should not depend on a badge, a title, or a job. It should depend on human dignity. Bias and fear destroy trust between citizens and law enforcement. Until officers see every person as human first, tragedies will repeat. If you found this story impactful, subscribe to the channel. More stories are coming that reveal truth, injustice, and resilience. Hit the bell so you never miss an upload.